Hello everyone, this is Anvesha and I hope you all are doing well as the new academic year for your boards is beginning. So we will begin with the first prose lesson of English called The Thief's Story by Ruskin Bond. So Ruskin Bond, as we all know, is one of the renowned authors in India. So this is a story about a 15-year-old thief who changes his name every month to stay ahead of the police and old employers. The time he kept his name Hari Singh. The other person in the story is the 25-year-old writer named Anil. The story unfolds on how the thief betrays Anil by committing theft. So let's begin with the lesson The Thief's Story. Ruskin Bond is an Indian author of British descent. He was adopted by a family in Landore, Mussoorie, India. He got the awards like Sahitya Akademi Award in the year 1992 for his profound work in Our Trees Still Grow in Dehra, which was published work in English. He has also received awards like Padma Shri and Padma Bhushan in the year 1999 and 2014 respectively. So let's begin. I was still a thief when I met Anil, and though only 15, I was an experienced and fairly successful hand. So here, this is the Hari Singh, the main character in the story, who is talking about himself. Okay. Now, Anil was watching a wrestling match when I approached him. He was 25, a tall, lean fellow, and he looked easygoing, kind, and simple enough for my purpose. So now, as we know that Hari Singh is a thief, so thieves are practically very, they kind of judge people's personality by looking at them. So and your Anil was also, he looked like a easygoing, kind, and simple enough for him, which was very useful for his job because he always found people who are very easygoing and that would serve him as a good purpose for his theft. I hadn't had much luck of late and thought I might be able to get into the young man's confidence, and has he has not got the proper opportunity to rob anybody, so he found that this person was appropriate for him to do so. You look a bit of a wrestler yourself, I said. A little flattery helps in making friends. Flattery here means an insincere praise or a kind of boasting a person, bragging a person, which you are not doing it by your heart. And this is something he uses. These are the tactics where you actually kind of fool people out by telling good things about them. So, do you? He replied, which put me off for a moment because at that time I was rather thin. So Anil replied him in a way that you do look like a wrestler. For Hari Singh, this was something new because he was a very lean person himself, and somebody calling him like a wrestler was a little amusing. Well, I said modestly, I do wrestle a bit. Modestly means without boasting in a humble way. So even Hari Singh, said that yes, I do wrestle a bit. Now Anil says, what's your name? Hari Singh. I lied. I took a new name every month that kept me ahead of the police and my former employer. So this was again a tactic that was used by Hari Singh so that he would escape very easily whenever he is done with the job of robbing. Now let's start again. After this introduction, Anil talked about the well-oiled wrestler who were grunting. Grunting here means making low guttural sound, that is when they were doing exercises and lifting and throwing each other about. So those are the sounds that they make. I didn't have much to say. Anil walked away. I followed casually. Hello again, he said. I gave him my most appealing smile. I want to work for you, I said. So now Hari Singh kind of gives this Anil a very appealing smile so that he, gets mesmerized by his charms and keeps him for his innocence. But I can't pay you. I thought that over for a minute, perhaps I had misjudged my man. So Anil says that even if you stay back with me, I won't be able to pay you. So and Hari Singh thought that okay, I misjudged this man. He is not that rich and he won't be able to pay me. Let's start with the next page. I asked, can you feed me? Can you cook? I can cook. I lied again. If you can cook, then maybe I can feed you. He took me to this room over the Jumma suite shop and told me I could sleep on the balcony. But the meal I cooked that night must have been terrible because Anil gave it to a stray dog and told me to be off. But I just hung around smiling in my most appealing way and he couldn't help laughing. So let me explain the first para for you. When Anil told him that can you cook, so he again lied. Hari Singh again lied that yes I can cook. And the moment when he cooked the food, Anil was completely not having the food. He didn't like it at all because the food was not up to the mark. It was not even eatable. So he gave it to the stray dog, and looking at this, Hari Singh understood that okay, this is what I did, and so he stayed off again. Uh, but I just hung around smiling in my most appealing way. That is the only thing that he can do. He can just give his attractive smile to Anil, and Anil couldn't help himself but only laugh at his cuteness. The second para. Later he patted me on the head and said, never mind, he'd teach me to cook. He also taught me to write my name and said he would soon teach me to write whole sentences and to add numbers. I was grateful. I knew that once I could write like an educated man, there would be no limit to what I could achieve. So Anil was a very great man instead, and he told that never mind whatever you did, it's okay because this is something new that you are doing. And he was kind of a considerate man as well, you can say. So he told that I will teach you to write and write your name, your sentences. So seeing this and hearing this, Hari Singh thought to himself that if once he becomes an educated man, there would be no boundaries for him, no limits for him, and the thing that he do, the job that he does, that is the robbery, he can do masters in that, and he would be one of the great robbers in the world because education is the key for everything, and thought to himself that he could achieve more in life. The third para. It was quite pleasant working for Anil. I made the tea in the morning and then would take my time buying the day's supplies, usually making a profit of about a rupee a day. I think he knew I made a little money this way, but he did not seem to mind. So now they became very good friends. Hari Singh was working for Anil. He even used to do the daily household chores. He used to help him out with groceries, and with that he used to steal a little amount of money, which he thought that even Anil knew, but he did not give any objection regarding him taking any money. The fourth para. Anil made money by fits and starts. He would borrow 1 week, lend the next. He kept worrying about his next check, but as soon as it arrived, he would go out and celebrate. It seems that he wrote for magazines, a poor way to make a living. So Anil made money by fits and starts. Fits and starts means in a very short, in irregular interval, that is his job was not fixed. Okay, and he was a happy go lucky man, as we all know. So he, whatever he used to earn, he would not save it for himself for his future use, but instead go and celebrate it out, spend money with his friends. And he what Hari Singh came to know about his profession was that he was a writer for a magazine, a cure way to make a living. Cure means strange. Okay, so now let's start with the next. On one evening, he came home with a small bundle of notes saying he had just sold a book to a publisher. At night, I saw him tuck the money under the mattress. So one evening, Anil made some money by giving a small, by selling a book to a publisher. That was a small bundle of notes, and Hari Singh saw him tucking. Tucking means keeping the money inside under his mattress. Let's start with the sixth para. I had been working for Anil for almost a month, and apart from cheating on the shopping, had not done anything in my line of work. I had every opportunity for doing so. Anil had given me a key to the door and I could come and go as I pleased. He was most trusting person I had ever met. So this is Salakili, or no, this is something self assumption, or Hari Singh is talking to himself about how Anil is, and how he has got all the possible opportunities to steal Anil but couldn't made it up because Anil was trusting him too much, and he had also given him his house keys, which pr- probably a man does not do to a stranger, but Anil here is a man who has done this. The seventh para, and that is why it is so difficult to rob him. It's easy to rob a greedy man because he can afford to be robbed, but it's very difficult to rob a careless man. Sometimes he doesn't even notice he's being robbed, and that's takes up all the pleasure out of the work. So here there is an assumption made by Hari Singh that it is very difficult to rob Anil because uh, robbing a greedy man is very easy. But it's very difficult for robbing a careless man, as he is least bothered whether he is being robbed or not. Let's start with the seventh para. Well, it's time I did some real work. I told myself I'm out of practice, and if I don't take the money, that is, now Hari Singh is talking to himself and he says that let's do some real work, that is to rob Anil, as he is out of practice and he needs to do the work that he is famous for. Please turn the page. And if I don't take the money, he'll only waste it on his friends. After all, he doesn't even pay me. So Hari Singh kind of justified himself that if he robs the money, that would be useful and he will utilize it for the better. And even if he leaves the money with Anil, the only thing that Anil is going to do is he is going to waste it on his friends. So he kind of justifies himself here. The next para. Anil was asleep. A beam of moonlight stepped over the balcony and I fell on the bed. I sat up on the floor considering the situation. If I took the money, I could catch the 10:30 express to Lucknow. Slipping out of the blanket, I crept up to the bed. Anil was sleeping peacefully. His face was clear and unlined. Ever I had more marks on my face, though mine were mostly scars. Now we could see that Hari is making all the possible plans. He is making strategies, coming out with plans, the thing that he could do. He went into his room. He was planning that he will take up the 10:30 express to Lucknow, and when he went to Anil's bed and went near him to get the money, he noticed Anil's face, which was clear and unlined. Unlined means had no signs of worry, and he compared to his own face where he had lot of marks on his face. The marks were mostly scars. Now scars here have a hidden meaning. It tells us that Hari Singh, as he was a robber, there might have been instances where he was brutally beaten up for uh, robbing somebody's else's thing, and that is why those are the scars which have been left behind. Okay, so now the next para. My hand slid under the mattress searching for the notes. When I found them, I drew them out without a sound. Anil sighed in his sleep and turned on his side towards me. I was startled and quickly crawled out of the room. So this was a very good opportunity, and he made use of it. He quickly took the notes under his mattress, and once he was taking it, Anil sighed and he turned towards Hari, and this made him surprised. Next para. When I was on the road, I began to run. I had the notes at my waist, held there by the string of my pajamas. I slowed down to a walk and counted the notes, 600 rupees in 50s. I could live like an oil rich Arab for a week or two. So, as he came out of the house, now he very hastily counted out the notes. He saw that those notes were 600 rupees in total, and all the notes were in 50s. And he thought to himself that now he could, live like an oil rich Arab. Here he used simile, that is a direct comparison between him and an oil rich Arab, where he's just meant to say that he can now live like a rich person for which would sustain him for a week or two. The next para. When I reached the station, I did not stop at the ticket office. I had never bought a ticket in my whole life, but dashed straight into the platform. The Lucknow Express was just moving out. The train had still to pick up speed, and I should have been able to jump into one of the carriages. But instead, I hesitated for some reason, I can't explain it, and I lost the chance to get away. Now, Hari Singh had all the possible opportunities, everything was just running according to the plan. The train was there and everything. He could have just ran away with the notes, but something just held him behind and he just couldn't go. He just couldn't cheat Anil anyway. And there was a first line in the para where he said that he has never taken a ticket in ever in his life. That shows that being a thief, and that is the only thing that we can get from a thief, or we can expect from a thief, a person who never follow the rules and regulation, and that is so it has been told there in brackets. Okay, and though he had all the possible opportunities, something just held him back, and he felt hesitated to just run away like that. Next para. When the train had gone, I found myself standing alone on the deserted platform. I had no idea where to spend the night. I had no friends, believing that friends were more trouble than help. And I did not want to make anyone curious by staying at one of the small hotels near the station. The only person I knew really well was the man I had robbed. Leaving the station, I walked slowly through the bazaar. Now the train had gone away, the opportunity that he had, he just missed it. And actually he missed it because he wanted to somewhere in his heart. And he found himself standing alone in a deserted means a platform which is completely empty, there's no person. Okay, and he had no idea where to spend the night. He didn't had any friends where he could go to, because he thought that friends are more of a trouble than of any help. and the kind of a person he was, that's the only thing that we can expect from him, that of not having any friends. And also he didn't wanted anybody else to, be curious about what he is doing, as he felt that people will come to know about his robbery, and so he felt that he should not go there in any hotel. The only person that he remembered of was of Anil, but now he has even robbed him. So, having a sad heart, he walked through the bazaar. Next para. In my short career as a thief, I had made a study of men's face where they had lost their goods. The greedy man showed fear, the rich man showed anger, the poor man showed acceptance. But I knew that Anil's face, when he discovered the theft, would show only a touch of sadness, not for the loss of money, but for the loss of trust. So, Hari Singh, being a very good at his job, he had an analysis of the people that he has robbed throughout his life, throughout his career. He said that a greedy person shows fear, a rich person shows anger, a poor person just accepts his fate. But in case of Anil, he knew that Anil is a kind of a person who wouldn't show any of the above mentioned emotions, but would only uh, feel sad about that his lost was his trust was broken. Come to the next and the final page of the lesson. I found myself in the Maidan and sat down on the bench. The night was chilly, it was early November, and a light drizzle added to my discomfort. Soon it was raining quite heavily. My shirt and pajamas stuck to my skin, and a cold wind blew the rain across my face. So he soon found himself completely isolated in a Maidan. Maidan means open, barren ground where he just sat on a bench and had the chilly, drizzled air that passed through him, touched his skin, which caused him discomfort. Discomfort means a feeling of uneasiness. Soon it started raining and he just got wet, everything got stuck into his skin, and the cold wind blew and the rain across his face. The next para. I went back to the bazaar and sat down in the shelter of the clock tower. The clock showed midnight. I felt for the notes, they were damp from the rain. So he sat there. He also checked out the notes, and the notes were completely drenched into water. The next para. Anil's money in the morning, he would probably have given me 2 or 3 rupees to go to the cinema, but now I had it all. I couldn't cook his meals, run to the bazaar, or learn to write whole sentences anymore. So now he was feeling the guilt within himself. He felt that this money that now he has robbed, from that money Anil would have definitely given him 2 or 3 rupees, which he would have enjoyed going for a cinema. But now he has all the money and feels hopeless and couldn't do anything of it. He feels that he couldn't even cook meals, run the bazaar, or learn anything from Anil, and that was something, some kind of a loss for him only. The next para. I had forgotten about them in the excitement of the theft. Whole sentences I knew could one day bring me more than a few hundred rupees. It was a simple matter to steal, and sometimes just as simple to be caught. But to be a really big man, a clever and a respected man, was something else. I should go back to Anil, I told myself, if only to learn to read and write. Now, Anil had this feeling within himself that whatever he did is wrong, and the excitement had got so much over his head that he forgot about learning and writing that he would probably learn from Anil. He thought to himself that robbing is something else and being caught for robbing is something else which would happen anytime. But after getting educated, after learning to read and write, and being a respectable man in a society is something which he looks upon, and that would be a better choice than anything else. And so he thought that he should go back to Anil, and he should just learn to read and write, as he now prefers respect more than anything else. Next para. I hurried back to the room feeling very nervous, for it is much easier to steal something than to return it undetected. I opened the door quietly, then stood in the doorway in clouded moonlight. Anil was still asleep. I crept to the head of the bed, and my hand came up with the notes. I felt his breath on my hand. I remained still for a minute. Then my hand found the edge of the mattress, and I slipped under it with the notes. When he felt the guilt that whatever he is doing is wrong, he went back to Anil, and he was very nervous because stealing is one thing, but returning the stolen thing again without being noticed, without being undetected, is a very difficult task. So I opened the door, that is, he opened the door very quietly, and without being noticed, he went into his room and crept to the head of the bed and came up with the notes. He felt, when he was just keeping the notes, he felt Anil's breath on his hand, and he was very stunned for that particular moment, and he just very quietly kept the notes at its place and came back. The next para. I woke late next morning to find that Anil had already made the tea. He stretched out his hand towards me. There was a 50 rupee note between his fingers. My heart sank. I thought I had been discovered. So the next morning, as Hari Singh had been through a lot of hustle and bustle, he woke up late the next morning, and he found out that Anil was already up, and he had made the tea. He stretched out his hands towards Anil and gave him a 50 rupee note. Anil's heart sank. Heart sank here means he felt very depressed, and he thought that, was he discovered? Was his theft discovered? Next, I made some money yesterday, he explained. Now you'll be paid regularly. Anil told to Hari Singh that he had made some money the day before, and Hari Singh will be paid now onwards, will be paid regularly. My spirits rose, but when I took the note, I saw it was still wet from the night's rain. Today we'll start writing sentences, he said. So when he took the note, his spirits rose, he became very hopeful. And when he took the note, he felt that the notes were wet due to the rain, that it happened to be at night. And Anil told him that he will teach Hari to write sentences from that day onwards. Next, he knew, but neither his lips nor his eyes showed anything. I smiled at Anil in my most appealing way, and the smile came by itself without any efforts. So Hari Singh knew that Anil knew everything, but Anil didn't show anything on his eyes or didn't utter any word, but he just smiled, and Anil smiled to in his most appealing manner, the most attractive manner that he does every time, and this smile came from within without making any effort, and he wanted to start a new venture in life, forgetting everything that happened in past with Anil, having a new life with Anil. So the story that is written by Ruskin Bond, the thief's story, shows us that how human values have a impact on the relationships and a person in real life. It clearly shows that Hari Singh, who was a robber, when he came in contact with Anil, who is a very happy-go-lucky and a very easygoing person, how his values had an impact on Hari Singh and how it completely changed him, transformed him into a new human being, where the flaws in him, the drawbacks in him was completely changed, and he found out that whatever he was doing throughout his life was something which was wrong. And so after knowing all of this, he tried to change himself and become a better human being. So, thank you. Hope you all understood. Have a nice day.